Okay, so you have these constraints and it says B and F. So it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna let B be zero X stand for the X variable and F stand for the Y variable. So I'm in the first quadrant, Y, F, because I know they both have to be positive. So that takes care of number one in the first quadrant. Then it says B plus F is less than or equal to 20,000. So X plus Y is less than or equal to 20,000 is in standard form. So that means that the intercepts are going to be 0, 20,000, and 20,000, 0 for this constraint. So how you graph it's really up to you. I'll go by 5,000s here, 10, 15, 20,000. And it looks like you have 10, 15, 20,000. So my constraint, the second one, it looks like you have a multiple choice that you're looking at, but this would be the second constraint, number two, except it's less than or equal to 20,000. So if you test out points on below this line, you'll see that this is X plus Y equals 20,000. All the points below are less than or equal to 20,000. They all work, so all these points work in there. All right, so then we're going to look at the third constraint. So the third constraint is going to be B is greater than or equal to 3y, so or 3f, x is greater than or equal to 3y. So I can pick some points. It doesn't really matter, but 0, 0 is going to be a point on the graph. If I pick 5,000 for the y, my x is going to be 15,000. So 15,000 is equal to 3 times 5,000. So I'm just finding a point. I already know 0, 0 is a point. If I go to 15,000 and 5,000, that's about here. And so my second constraint is going to be this line. This is x is greater than or equal to 3y. Well, this is equal to. So I want to find which side has the greater than or equal to part. So if I look again, I can pick like 0, 20,000. And that would be the x, that would be the y. So if I put in 20,000 for the y, I get 0. Is that greater than or equal to 3 times 20,000? No, that would not be the case. So it's going to be below in there. And then it also has the last constraint says that y has to be less than or equal to 5,000. So that would be right here. So I'm going to have one more y equals 5,000, and less than or equal to would be below. So that doesn't really seem to have much of an effect here because you can see it's still going to be in this area that these constraints are going to be. So if you wanted to check, you might check to see that, hey, pick a point like 15,000, 1,000, and see if that works out for all of those constraints. And if it does, then you know you're right. So that's what it looks like. All the points within that shaded area will work for this particular problem.